I've got some really simple Valentine's Day cards to show y'all. It was quite fun to make, just one layer, super easy cards. Okay, so I guess y'all are gonna see this part of my desk, so I'm not worried about that. Okay, so guys, thanks for joining me. This is Kara from iStampin.com, and I wanted to show you some really quick and easy, like get her done Valentine's Day cards. Now, I can't take credit for this. I am casing verbatim these cards from a picture I saw on Instagram last night. Sarah Douglas, she's Stampin Up CEO. She showed these cards, and I thought they were precious, and I thought this would be perfect for today's Facebook Live, especially since Valentine's Day is right around the corner, and let's just do some quick and easy Valentine's Day cards. So I'm going to show you how to do each of these. There's 6 cards right here, and I tried to use the same stamp colors, so you only have to use about 4 different stamps, ink colors, I should say, not stamp colors, ink pad colors. And then a variety of stamp sets. So if you have just like, 1 or 2, you can just make these all at once and be done with them. I am using our note cards. So these come 22 a pack. Let's say you needed to do just, 20 cards. You would have your note cards and envelopes all at once. So let me put these away, and they're super easy. Ty, stay in the front yard, okay? All right, good job, bud. That's my son. He wants to go outside. We're giving him more independence as he's getting older. I don't know if y'all, well, I guess if you followed me, you know that he has autism, so we just make sure that he stays in the front yard and doesn't go running down the street, running away. All right, so this is the note card that you get in a pack. Let me show you package. So this is the way they come. So like I said, you get 20 note cards and the matching envelopes in a package. So that's what I'm going to use. I love this size. And so I thought the first one that I would show you is this one right here. I thought this one was precious. So it's like a message in a bottle with the little heart and as the cork. So that is using Real Red. The stamp set is called Message in a Bottle, and you can find this in our annual catalog. Most of all these stamp sets that I'm using are in our annual catalog, except for one of them that's in our occasions catalog. So I'm going to use the bottle, all the little love notes, and then the little heart. So let me grab that. For the black ink pad, I'm using my favorite Tuxedo black ink. So all I'm going to do is just put that on a block. I'm going to get my Stampin Pierce Mat, since these are photopolymer. So how's everybody doing today? Have y'all started working on your Valentine's Day cards? I'm going to work on them, hopefully get them all done tonight and get them out in the mail tomorrow. That's the goal. Sometimes my goals are a little bit lofty, but I think I can do it. I think I can do it. All right, so this is just going to go right here in the center of the card, and I'm trying not to, well, I guess I don't have to worry about getting my head in the camera anymore since it's not above me. So it's going to go like so, and then we are going to get the little notes. And with this, you may just want to stamp this on your scratch paper just to make sure that you have it going the right way. There is an up, an up and a down, whatever I'm trying to say. Okay, that's the right way. And so we're just going to put this right here in the middle of the bottle, which is so nice because with the photopolymer, we can see right where we're stamping. So it's going to look just like so. And then now we can just come in with our heart. and we'll use Real Red. You know, and sometimes just the simplest cards are just the sweetest. So there we go. So there's your first card. So can you imagine if you were doing this like production line style, just stamp, 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 and then you'll be all done. You made 18. Good for you, Diana. You are on the ball. I'm jealous. All right, so that is card number 1. All right, so let's go on to the next card. We're going to do this one. This is using, find that stamp set. This is using Fabulous Flamingo. And so for this one, you are going to need this image, this one, and then that sentiment. So let me get out another note card. Now, yeah, these are photopolymer. Yes. Okay. So I'm going to keep my Stampin Pierce Mat. The colors that I'm going to be using for this card is Memento, the black ink, and then Flirty Flamingo. So we're going to stamp the body of the flamingo first. And this is a larger image, so you'll need to get one of your bigger blocks out. Okay, and let's ink her up, or him. I guess I always think of flamingos as females. All right, and then because the sentiment is going to go down and to the right of the flamingo, I do want to kind of like stamp off closer to the left side of the card. So I'm just going to go about right there. Now, when I stamped the outline image, I didn't line it up all that great. You know, quite honestly, I was off. But I'm not too concerned. You can see here how I was off on this part. I got the neck and the face part pretty good, but I didn't do a great job on the body part. I'm not too concerned if, you know, if you don't stamp it well, it's no big deal. I mean, my goal is to try to line it up as best as I can, but I'm not gonna, you know, I'm not gonna sweat it. I'm not gonna throw a card away if I didn't line it up perfectly. Okay, so now let's ink this up in our black ink. And I'm going to bring it down just a tad. I think this should still be on camera. And so what I like to do is to, you know, line it up with the head. And then I guess I just need to rotate it up a little bit. Let's see what happens here. That's a little bit better. So it's not going to be perfect, which I guess that's the design of the stamp, which I'm completely good with, because more than likely I'm not going to get perfect results anyway. All right, and then here is our sentiment. It says, I love you. I love you kind of a lot. That's sweet. And then I'm just going to pick this up on a block. Now, if you do this and you do use quite a few stamps, just keep track of all your stamps. Try to put them away as you go. Just don't leave them laying all around like I'm doing right now. That's how we lose them. Okay, so I'm just going to come in right there. And that one's done. I mean, guys, these are super fast, which is perfect. So that's why I was so excited to show this to you, because of how quickly you can make these. So far, those are the two that we've made. Okay. Let's see. Let's go on to this one. This one's a little bit, you know, this doesn't have to be time consuming. I did get out my stamp-a-ma-jig just because this is lining up. It's really easy to do if you have a Stampin'-ma-jig, and I'll show you how that works. So for this card, you're going to need Flirty Flamingo Real Red and Powder Pink. This stamp is coming from Lots of Love, so it's the Love You stamp right there. So we're just using this stamp once, or we're using the same stamp but 3 different times and 3 different colors. Okay. So what I did is I went ahead and just stamped the heart. And I'm going to start off with Flirty Flamingo. That is the center color. So I feel like if I start off in the center, then I have a better chance of spacing this out better. Now, if you want to get really anal and technical, you can like find the midpoint of the card, you know, draw some lines. But, you know, again, the theme of these Valentine's Day cards are just get her done. So I'm just eyeballing this. So I stamped, oh, you know what? This isn't going to work. I got to redo this. Okay. Because the way, because I didn't leave the, if you've never used a Stampin-a-ma-jig before, this is how you do it. So, there we go. So just, this is your little T-square. So put that in the top left corner. That's how I use it. Mount your stamp and then ink it up and then just stamp it on the imaging sheet. And then this is your guide. This is how you're going to stamp the images on your card. Okay, so, and the reason why I started over again is because I took this off the block that I was using. So how I had it positioned originally, it would not have worked. So I'm glad that I realized that before I started stamping, or y'all would have seen a mess. Hey, Monica. Oh, I love the note card size. If you follow me, that's like my favorite size. Okay, so this is the Flirty Flamingo. Make sure you wipe off the ink before you go to the next color. Next, let's do powder pink. So what I'm going to do next is bring in my imaging sheet again and try to line this up as best as possible. Now this stamp you actually can just eyeball, you know, fairly easy, but I just wanted to use my Stampin', oh crud, my Stampin'-a-ma-jig in case y'all had never seen this tool or were a little unsure of how it worked. I know when I first got it, I was like, how does this thing work? So hopefully this will kind of answer any questions that you have. Now when we get our Stamparatus, then we won't need this tool anymore. Okay. And then the last color is going to be Real Red. Okay, and then let me clean this off again. Ink it up one last time. I'm trying to get it as spaced as evenly as, you know, between the three hearts, but it probably will not be perfect, but that's okay. Okay, and there we go. I didn't get a great impression on that red heart, but I'm not concerned about that. Wipe this off. And so there we go. There's one of our other Valentine's Day cards. This is so helpful. I'm getting my cards done as I'm as I'm showing you. That one's cute. I love that one. Oh, good, Monica. I'm glad that I could help you out on how those things work, on how the Stampin'-a-ma-jig works. Okay, let's see. So go ahead and fold this one. Okay, let's do this one. Now this one is using a stamp set that's in our Occasions catalog, so this is a new one. I've used this, this stamp quite a bit. Wipe this off too. I've used that stamp quite a bit the last few weeks, with it being so close to Valentine's Day. So the colors that I used for this are Real Red, Powder Pink, and our black ink. Let's see, where's the stamp set? It's around here somewhere. Sure Do Love You is what we're going to be stamping with. So we're going to be using these three images. This one's really easy. I was able to eyeball this one and not have any issues with the spacing, and hopefully I can replicate that on camera. Have you gotten your Valentine's Day cards done, Monica? Diana was saying how she's got hers already done and mailed. She's on the ball. And I was saying earlier that my goal is to have these out by tomorrow. Okay, so I am just stamping that little ivy image in the center of the card. I did that in real red. And then, yeah, I used powder pink. I was thinking for a second, I thought I was using another color. Okay, so then I've got the solid heart. And, you know, this stamp set is a little distressed. So, you know, don't be too concerned when you see that it's not going to be a perfect solid image. That's the look of the stamp. Okay. So we've got our solid heart. And then lastly, we're going to come in with our little sentiment and then ink that up in the black. Now you could do a different color if you wanted to. I thought about doing it in Flirty Flamingo, but I wasn't sure how that was going to look. So I thought, you know what? I'll just do it in black. You can't go wrong with black ink on pink. Okay. And there we go. So you saw I just lined that up. That was really easy to line up. But just another cute Valentine's Day card. All one layer, so these should cost no more than whatever stamps. I don't even know what stamps are costing now. Did it go up? I know it used to be 46 cents. I should know this since I mail out so much, but I use the forever stamp, so I'm kind of unsure of what stamps cost nowadays. I just know it's going up crazily. Okay, so there's that card. Now let's work on this one. Now this one is a little bit more time consuming. I did do some watercoloring, but this one is super cute. So for this stamp, all you need is the black ink, but you will need your watercolor pencils and your Aqua Painter. So get, this one is using this little piggy. So I'm going to use this one right here and then where it says love you. So let's go ahead and stamp our little piggy first. Oh, that's a great idea, Monica. I love those takeout boxes. I was so excited when they brought back the Gable boxes in the Occasions catalog. I used to love those Gable boxes when I first started stamping back in 2003. I used those boxes when my kids were little, and we used to do birthday parties as the little party favor boxes and stuff. All right, so let's just stamp this little pig right here in the center. And then let's grab Loves You. And we'll put it on this little block. And that's just going to go right underneath. Okay, it's a little crooked, but that's okay. All right. Now, because this is actually like thick Whisper White, so you can watercolor, but you just don't want to put a whole lot of water. You don't want to lay down a whole lot of water, so you're going to just lightly color in your images. So I'm going to be using Calypso Coral for the pig, Early Espresso for the dirt, Old Olive for the grass, and then Smoky Slate, or is that Basic Gray? That's what it is. Basic Gray for the little hooves. Or I guess you could use brown. I used gray, but you could use brown also. Okay, so I'm just going to come in here and just lightly color this little piggy. Oh, and I just noticed that I didn't color one of the hooves on my sample card. This little one, I missed it. All right, so just coloring it in really quickly. Color in the tail. Okay, and then just come in and just put a little bit of brown down here for the dirt. And I like to do this because it grounds the image. You know, just all of our other ones, they're kind of like floating in the air, but that's okay. But this one's kind of nice because when you put that dirt down, it kind of creates the scene. Okay, so I've got my Aqua Painter and I'm just squeezing it until some water flows out. And then I'm just going to really gently just blend in this, this color into the pig. Now, because this, again, this isn't watercolor paper, you may see the cardstock kind of have like a different texture, and that's just because it's wet. When it dries, it should go back to normal. But it's such a cute, simple way to color in this little pig. You could use, you know, the Stampin' blends if you wanted to. This, to me, is a little bit quicker. And I did do a card, was it the beginning of the year? Maybe it was the end of last year, I can't remember, with this stamp set. Just so much fun. Now, in between the colors, I do recommend just wiping your paint, your Aqua Painter off on a paper towel, just so you don't mix your colors. And there you go. How quick was that? That was so quick. So that's what it looks like dry. So it's all, so if you could see this in person, it's a little bumpy and raised. It has like a texture, but it will completely flatten out and look like this once it's dried. But just super, super cute. Hey, Kelly. So Monica, you were gonna use the gable boxes, but they're silver. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I think that's, if you had the old boxes, that's what I would have done too. That's a great idea. Okay, so our final card is this one. Now this does involve some masking, but it's super easy to do. Don't be you know, scared of that. But it's another quick card. This is using our Watercolor Words. Again, this is from our annual catalog. And we're using black and red ink again. So, and these are photopolymer, so that's nice. So the three stamps that you're going to need are Love, Just For You, and then that heart. So the first thing I'm going to do is, well, I need a card. Thanks, Kelly. First thing I'm going to do is stamp the love. I'm going to use my grid paper to help me line up this stamp. That's what I like to do. And then just pick it up off the block. Ink this up in black. And we're going to come right about there. I could have gone a little bit lower. I was kind of high on that one. So this one you want it a little bit lower. Okay, now we're going to come in with Just For You. Now this is where our masking is going to come into play. So let me line this up. Okay, so if you've never done any masking, I like to use Post-it notes. This is some Post-it note tape. And all I'm doing is just masking off the words that I don't want to ink up. So this tape is like super, super easy to do that with. So now what I'm going to do is just come in and ink up You. The most important thing, once you have your word or your image inked up well, the most important thing is to replace the Post-it note tape. Take it off. I've seen too many people, and I've done it too. I just get busy and forget, and you go to stamp and you got a big blob. Okay, and then this is just going to come right below the love. So there we go. We've got Love You. And that's a great tip just to change up your stamps. You know, you can like combine words now. You can combine and make completely different phrases, like especially this one. You know, whatever you wanted to change up, you could just, you just mask off the words. It's so easy, and you have a lot more variety. Okay, so now I'm just going to come in with the heart and stamp this in real red, and then I'm just going to, Okay. That whole center of the heart got inked, and that was like kind of concerning. Okay, and then I'm just going to come in and just stamp right over the words. And that is it. Like I said, guys, these were get her done, super quick Valentine's Day cards. And I just did 12 cards for y'all, the samples and then the ones that I'm showing you in no time. Okay, this is kind of off. I didn't do a very good job centering it. That one's a little bit better. So as a reminder, these are the cards that we made. So that was using Watercolor Words. This was using this little piggy. This was using Sure Do Love You from the Occasions catalog. This one is Message in a Bottle. This one is Fabulous Flamingo. And then this one is from Lots of Love. So the only stamps that I used that are not coming from the annual catalog was this one, the Sure Do Love You. All of these other ones are from our annual catalog, so you shouldn't have any problems finding these if you have them in your little arsenal. All right, guys. Love the font of the Watercolor Wishes. Yeah, I do too. It really is pretty. And like I said, you know, you could really, you know, I'm not very good, you know, trying to like come up with different phrases. You kind of have to think about it, but hope, I don't know, you know, you could really change this up and just make some fun little phrases just by that masking. And it's, as you saw, how easy it was. All right, guys. Well, I hope you liked today's iStampin Live. I'll be back tomorrow. Kelly, I can't take credit for these. At the very beginning, I said that I cased this from Sarah Douglas, you know, Stampin Up CEO. She put this on her Facebook Instagram yesterday. She posted a picture, and I thought these were darling. So I wish I could say I came up with these, but I'm casing them directly from her, so I have to give her credit. But you know what? I thought they were fabulous, and they're so quick. So these are some of the Valentine's Day cards I'm going to be using, so you may be getting one. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching. I'll be back tomorrow at 12:30 for my regular iStampin Live, and I'll be announcing last week's giveaway winner. And if you have any questions about anything that I used today, you know, feel free to comment below. I will have a blog post up later today, more like later tonight with the edited video, so you can always go back and watch that and see where all the products are coming from. Okay, guys, have a fabulous Thursday evening. Bye.